In the heart of Harare, where the jacaranda trees paint the streets purple, lived a young woman named Rudo. At 25, she had a smile that could rival the Zimbabwean sun and a heart full of dreams. She was married to Tino, her childhood sweetheart, the man she believed was her forever. Their life was a tapestry woven with laughter, whispered promises, and the sweet scent of hope. When Rudo discovered she was pregnant, their joy seemed boundless. They imagined their child's first steps, their first words, and a future filled with the pitter-patter of tiny feet. Rudo glowed, her hands often resting on her growing belly, a silent conversation with the new life within her. But storms often gather when the skies are clearest. Tino began changing. He grew distant. His laughter became a rare echo in their home, and his eyes, once full of adoration for Rudo, now held a cold emptiness. He started coming home late, smelling of a perfume that wasn't hers. Rudo's questions were met with angry denials and accusations. The warmth in their home turned into a chilling silence, broken only by the sound of Rudo's quiet sobs at night. She tried to hold on, believing her love could mend whatever was broken, that the baby would bring them back together. She was wrong. One rainy evening, as the sky wept over Harare, Tino came home and dropped a bombshell. He was leaving. He had found someone else. Someone he claimed understood him better. Rudo stood there, her world crumbling around her, the rain outside a mirror to the storm in her soul. He packed his bags, his movements clinical and detached, not once looking at her, not once acknowledging the life they had created together, the life she was carrying. When he walked out the door, he didn't just leave Rudo. He abandoned a part of himself, a future he had promised to build. The silence he left behind was deafening. Rudo sank to the floor, her hands protectively cradling her belly, her tears mingling with the sound of the rain. Friends and family rallied around her, their words of comfort a gentle balm on her wounded spirit. But the nights were the hardest. Alone with her thoughts, the weight of Tino's betrayal pressed down on her. How could the man who promised her the world leave her when she needed him most? The future she had so carefully painted was now a shattered canvas. Some days she struggled to get out of bed, the grief a heavy blanket. But then she would feel a gentle flutter inside her, a tiny kick, a reminder of the precious life that depended on her. It was a small, persistent voice, telling her she was not truly alone. This was her baby, her responsibility, her reason to fight. Slowly, Rudo began to pick up the pieces. She found a small room to rent in Mbari, a bustling, vibrant suburb of Harare. It was a far cry from the comfortable home she had shared with Tino, but it was hers. Her mother, a strong woman who had weathered her own storms, became her rock. "My daughter," she would say, her voice firm yet gentle, "a falling leaf is not a dead tree. You will grow new leaves, stronger and more beautiful than before." Her words, steeped in Shona wisdom, became Rudo's mantra. She started a small business, using her talent for baking. She would wake up before dawn, the aroma of fresh scones and meat pies filling her small room. She sold them at the local market, her smile gradually returning, a little brighter each day. The women at the market, with their own stories of struggle and resilience, embraced her. They became her new family, her tribe. They shared business tips, childcare advice, and endless cups of tea, their laughter echoing through the market stalls. Months passed, and Rudo's belly grew, a beautiful, round symbol of her strength. The day her water broke, it was her mother and her new friends from the market who rushed her to the hospital. After hours of labor, she held her baby girl in her arms. She was perfect. Looking into her daughter's innocent eyes, Rudo felt a love so fierce and pure, it washed away all the pain of the past year. She named her Chidza, which means light in Shona. Chidza was the light that had guided her through the darkest tunnel of her life. Holding her daughter, Rudo knew that her life was not over. It had just begun. Life with Chidza was challenging, but filled with an abundance of joy. Every coup, every smile, every milestone was a victory. Rudo's baking business flourished. She became known for her delicious treats, and soon she had enough customers to move into a slightly bigger apartment. She worked tirelessly, fueled by her love for Chiza and a newfound belief in herself. She was no longer just Tino's abandoned wife. She was Rudo, a mother, an entrepreneur, a survivor. She learned that her worth was not defined by a man's presence in her life, but by her own strength, resilience, and capacity to love. One afternoon, as Rudo was closing her market stall, a familiar figure appeared. It was Tino. He looked older, tired, the confident swagger gone. He said he had made a mistake, that his new relationship had failed, and that he wanted to be a part of his daughter's life. He wanted them back. Rudo listened calmly, her heart steady. She looked at him, the man who had shattered her world, and then she looked at her life, her thriving business, her supportive community, her beautiful daughter playing nearby, her laughter like music. She had built this life from the ashes of the one he had destroyed. She had found her own light, with a quiet strength she didn't know she possessed a year ago. She looked Tino in the eyes. "Tino," she said, her voice clear and firm, "Chiza is my daughter. You are welcome to know her, if you prove you can be a father. But my life, the one I have built for us, is no longer a place for you. I have forgiven you, not for you, but for me. I had to let go of the anger to make room for joy." Rudo's story became a quiet legend in her community, a testament to the incredible strength of a woman who, when faced with heartbreak, chose not to break, but to rebuild, stronger and more beautiful than before. Her journey taught her that sometimes the greatest love stories are not the ones we have with others, but the one we learn to have with ourselves. Thanks for watching our story today. If Rudo's journey inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories of resilience and hope. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay strong and keep shining your light.